Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the BigMx Radio Podcast. I am your host, Brad Gebhart. With me on the line, returning after co-hosting many episodes of the BigMx Radio Podcast. Some would say that he got this podcast to where it is now, making up about 25% of my gross income annually. Dave Drakes, welcome back to the podcast.
What's up, buddy? It feels good to be back, man. I missed you.
Oh, this feels like an old. This like fits like an old pair of riding gloves right here.
Right?
You know when you like you forget your regular pair and you remember you have that other pair of gloves, that older pair of
Yeah.
gloves in the bottom of your gear bag, and you slide them on for one session. You're like, oh, I forgot these feel good. That's what
Yeah,
this feels
dude.
like right now.
I love that, dude. I missed you, bud. I
Dude,
missed
how
you.
how the heck are you? It's good to have you on. For those who are have only started listening to the podcast in the last little while, Dave Drakes from the Collective Experience, as well as Cobra Motorcycles, has been on the podcast. I guarantee you're on almost 100 of these over the last 10 years. 12 years podcasting with Big MX Radio, Dave.
No, dude.
And I
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
have you been on since COVID?
Oh yeah, before COVID, for sure.
After COVID,
Because I would.
since COVID.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have. 'Cause I think we were on after I moved to Texas, even.
Okay. When did you move to
Yeah, yeah. We
Texas?
def 20 January 22. So I'm
Okay.
pretty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
I was on after
we did
that
some from Texas.
for
But
sure.
it's
Yeah,
been at least two
definitely
winters.
before.
It's been two Supercross seasons.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. It's just, dude, you're running around like a madman now, dude. You're the big man behind the lens and a lot of these things, dude. I gotta get an autograph from
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I do know that my favorite events of the year are Loretta Lynn's, Motocross Destinations,
you.
and the Millville
Mm.
out the Millville. Actually, the last time I saw you was at in person was at 2024.
No, it was after that because you came to no,
I
I
was
saw
at
you you were at
Minneapolis
Minnesota the last time.
2022.
Yep,
That's
the last time
22
we
though.
were there. Yeah, but it's
24
so
now,
22. Jeez.
bro. It's 26
Yeah,
now. Did I say it's 24? My God. No, it's
yeah, dude,
26 now.
we're too
Dude.
little. But yeah, so it was back then in
Hmm.
person. I talked to you a bunch since then, whatever.
Of
But
course. But
yeah, I
I'm
think
just
that
saying
the last
it's been a
outdoor you
minute.
and I were at, 2019 Millville was the last outdoor that you and I were at.
Yes, I've been to some
Together.
outdoors since, but you and
Yeah,
I have been ships passing in the night.
yeah.
Um, at that time, what originally took you down to Texas was the company you have on. You're repping them. Is this like
Postmortem.
Mortem? Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
yearning or grieving the company?
No, definitely not. I just have so many of these shirts, dude. Like, as anyone knows, when there's a startup or you're
It's
part of
the
a
arm's
startup
nice too, yeah.
or you're yeah, it kind of does. Or like your buddies in a startup or whatever, they print these like it's nothing, dude. So I've got like 30 of these shirts, and I just always have them. Anyone that even
That was
sees
your
me anywhere
severance
near the
package. They just
building,
gave you a box
yeah, I
of
just need a
shirts. I'm
bunch of
sorry,
t-shirts,
place is
a bunch
going
of
under.
t-shirts, a bunch of t-shirts. But yeah, a bunch of my buddies, like the CTO, like he's one of my really good friends, and Mary's like best friends with his wife and stuff. And they're good people. I still stop by there and annoy the absolute crap out of them like every couple of weeks, which is great for me. So yeah,
Right.
good. It's a good group. Good group.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And I think for the first time that we've ever podcasted together, we can't figure out whose hair's longer. Because
I, dude, you're letting it grow. Hey, I
I
like
got
that, bud.
the hockey flow going. It's still as far as Winnipeg's considered, it's still fucking midwinter here because we had minus
Mm,
20 temperatures today. Warmed up in the afternoon though.
yeah,
Um,
that's great.
but you're up in Michigan right now. Why's that?
Up in Michigan, buddy, we got a new gig.
New gig. Tell me about the new
New
gig.
gig. Yeah, so just started with Cobra Moto, the super fast 50s that everyone knows and loves. Yeah, started with them and back in November, one of their co-owners reached out and dude, we just started talking moto and it just so happened they had a spot open and yeah, they want to launch some really cool stuff, dude. And I'm really excited about it. It's such a cool company. One thing that I always get on them about, and I did not know this, and like a lot of people don't. I consider us to be core moto guys. Is dude, I did not know they were like 100% American made. I thought they
Yeah,
were like, oh yeah, they make some stuff in America, but like,
as
dude,
well as their
they
aviation stuff as well, which you've
yeah,
got to
dude,
be
their aviation
interested
stuff is
in that
sick.
as well. People don't
Oh,
realize that.
it's pretty rad. Yeah,
Yeah,
they do a
Cobra on
lot
the
of stuff.
aviation
Yeah,
side is huge, and they do some high
huge,
performance stuff.
really high performance, dude. Like they know how to make a fast two stroke. I'll say that. But dude, they're so vertically integrated. Like they make their own like bars, wheels, fork lugs, like seat. They do everything. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
I have never seen a company that makes so much stuff, dude. It's absolutely insane.
totally.
So yeah, super cool to see that. Um, yeah, dude,
That's really
it's
exciting. And
yeah,
I know that you're
it's
working
rad.
on that brand new 65 with an extra 20 cc's there. So that'll be
Something like that.
exciting.
Yeah,
And
yeah, dude, I'm
yeah, I can't
excited.
wait to see Fender the Sender on that thing
Yeah.
sometime in 2027.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm excited. I'm really stoked about like watch it, now that I'm like part of the company. I'm like, oh, dude, we're losing so many kids because like they're growing up, they're getting ready for like the next size up, and they're like aging out of their 65 classes and stuff.
And they
And
do
it's like
so
no,
quickly
like,
too, by the way.
and they do so quickly, and they're all such great talent. And I'm like, no, I want to get them back here, dude. Get them back here. Let's put a little bike and get them back. And
Hmm.
but yeah, dude, Cobra is really cool in the way that they foster that pedigree, dude, in their riders. They foster that talent, that um just that winning legacy, and it's really cool to be a part of that. And like the team I get a chance to work with is really great too. They do love this stuff, and it's fun, dude. They just like having fun, making good stuff, and they're such smart dudes. And they make learning the crappy stuff
Yeah.
like pretty cool, dude. Like the stuff that really should be putting me to sleep. It's like, oh wow, this is really interesting. You know what I mean? So it's
It
good stuff.
certainly is. And honestly, one of the things that I think is the coolest element to that Cobra Elite program is the way that the kids themselves can kind of create their own little community and team at the track. Like they do
Yeah,
hang out together and they can look up to
yeah.
a kid like Mickey Fluhart, who is like, he was on the 50s, he's dominating, moves up to the 65s, he's still crushing it. And these kids they kind of create this camaraderie, and sometimes they ride together, and that means sometimes the parents end up, hey, linking up, and then we head out to this training facility, and like that's how the team sort of helps each other sort of continue to move up, and like just sort of give back to it. Like it literally it cultivates talent and ability within itself. It's a really neat thing. You're very blurry, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm so I got you on a good camera and good
It's all
audio.
good.
Who knows? Technical difficulties. But
Yeah, no
no,
doubt.
yeah, you're 100% right, dude. Like
Be
they're
soft impressions for the rest of the podcast.
no, it's just it's rad to see
Oh,
like
there
the
you
little
go.
communities. It's cool to see like the I don't know, it's just like the talent that they have, dude. All of these kids are just they're rippers. Their families are all behind them, and it's cool. One thing that I did talk to a few people about. I'm like, man, I've been out of the mini like amateur community for a little while, and I'm like, I don't I don't remember mini dads being like ultra gnarly, but I'm like, I know
Oh,
it's got
dude,
been
they
I'm
gnarly
gonna see.
now.
Oh,
Oh,
dude,
they're
like
gnarly.
I
I
thought
don't
I had a
even I
gnarly
don't
moto
even
dad,
shoot
but
I don't shoot 50 kids at Loretta's anymore. I did it one
really,
season, one
uh,
year. 50 parents, crazy. People
yeah.
who like they lose their minds over whether P-dub class or the E50. Like these results, they mean everything, but they mean nothing in the grand
Yeah.
scheme. And I've honestly told a lot of parents that like if I was doing if I was doing the amateur super motocross thing, you wouldn't see us try for Loretta's until it's like mini senior time.
And a lot of kids are starting to like the more that I talk to are kind of like, yeah, the Redis isn't a make or break like it used to be, you
No.
know? And I look at kids like I want to say like our era, right? Like
Hmm.
Kennard. Dude, he wasn't winning Loretta's every single year. And dude,
No.
he became one of the sickest riders ever, once he got on big bikes. You know what I mean? Bogle, same way. He wasn't winning everything, but like like you can the
Oh
list
yeah,
goes
no,
on
you
and
can go
on and
through
on for
any
guys that are
year and look at like
yeah
who's kicking ass in the 65 class, and then you'll look at that roster and you'll see like an Aaron Plessinger in there, but he's not first, he's sixth.
he's
And what
sick.
you find
Yes,
is
yep.
a lot of these kids that like they peak early and they're just crushing it
Hmm.
from a super young age. I think it's pretty unsustainable. And what happens is there's
Yeah.
a lot of pressure to continue to be on that edge. And the
Hmm.
longer you spend on that edge, the more time. Obviously, it's a very dangerous sport. And also,
Yeah.
you sacrifice possible burnout. It's
Yeah.
hard on the family. It's hard, like you know what I mean. I'm not saying like it's better to be mediocre in those younger years, but to be at the absolute pinnacle that long, it's tough.
It's hard. Yeah. And dude, you took the words right out of my mouth. If you look to 5 to 10, generally those are going to be the guys that are going to be your pro sport winners. The guys you see in Supercross. Like it's very rare that you see a kid kind of like AC it or be an Eli Tomac. These are guys that are they're once in a blue moon that you'll see somebody that dominates from shaft drive and like 50 senior all the way through to 65 80 super minis and beyond.
Right.
So yeah, it's times are changing right now where I think yes, Loretta's is a great like barometer almost for like if you're going to be somebody in one day 100%, but it's not
The
the
cream does
only
rise
thing.
to the top there. You like you
Always,
can't
always,
argue with
for sure.
that, but
For
like
sure, for sure. But you don't have to win Loretta's to have a successful
right.
motocross, supercross career. I'll
Yeah.
say that. Back when, you and I were first getting on big bikes, you kind of had to. There wasn't
Yeah.
if you didn't win Loretta's, it's like,
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of
no,
guys, or they got the opportunity they got because of their
yeah.
success at the ranch. Guys like
Yes.
Ryan Sipes,
100%.
guys like, and honestly, like it wasn't until like Dungy, obviously he impressed guys like Carmichael and Roger with that Suzuki test that they did, but it wasn't until the very very end that he got that title and like
Yeah.
basically solidified. Okay, well, now we'll give this kid the chance that he's earned, so to speak. And then he did a lot
100%.
with it where
Yep.
like it's unfortunately injuries plays into this one. So like a kid like Jet Reynolds, I feel terrible for a guy like Jet Reynolds, but
Yeah.
it's that his professional career honestly has lasted longer because he keeps getting a few opportunities. But if he had only had the opportunity with the pro circuit, I don't think he would have raced 10 races.
Mm.
He'd had more motos at Loretta Lynn's than he did as a pro.
Yeah.
And
And that
that's
list,
tough, man. Like
100%. Yeah, I agree.
being at the absolute pinnacle of it, like and having to do like the basically the amateur schedule that it is now, like their Loretta's qualifiers start in February, spring nationals, maybe you do Daytona, you got the Texas two-step Cal Classic,
Hmm.
like you know what I mean? It's go go go. They always say,
Yeah.
"Oh, the amateur kids don't race anymore." Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
There's a pressure to be active in that community and be at the races. Part of it's the kids that want to be there and the sponsors want you to be there to show up for the support. But also there is sort of a keeping up with the Joneses, sort of like if you're out of sight, out of mind for these moto parents to be at Spring a Ding and be at like the is it what's the one that comes before that? Is it Underground? No. What's it? Freestone. You go
Yes.
Freestone
Yep. Yep.
and then Spring a Ding. Like, if you're not there, like, are you really invested? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
results aside, they want to see you there. They want to see you're doing the whole thing. It's a lot of diesel. It's a lot of race bikes. It's a lot of facility fees. My God.
Yeah, and it goes on and on, dude. But
Were we supposed to talk about the
you nailed it.
Indianapolis Supercross? Or
At some point, but but no, dude, I agree so much. And again, dude, I didn't know about Dungy until he won that two-stroke championship at 125C or 125cc schoolboy
yeah,
at '05. Like I was like, who the heck is beating Matt Lemoyne, Zach Osborne, and Austin Stroop?
AJ
Like, who is this?
Catanzaro.
Age of Catanzaro, like, who's this number 12 dude? And then, of course, pops up and kicks butt. So, yeah, it's just, there are so many avenues. But yeah, you're right. Cream rises to the top. the guys that win, they're guys and girls they're amazing. Um, but yeah, there are other ways that you can still have a pretty solid career, not win that thing. But yeah, dude, we gotta get me and you down there to try
Yeah,
to race the old slow farts class or something.
I think we'd race. There's a 35 sportsman or
Mm.
something.
Is that
I have
just
to
Mike
look.
Brown and like
Wait, are you
Emmett and
35
Adam
yet?
Short? Yeah, yeah, I just turned 35.
Oh boy, I'm 37. So yeah, I think we can do the 35 class, which means we're not in there with like anyone who scored points or anything. I don't think.
I hope not, dude, because literally, I ride with Andrew Short in Texas sometimes because
Dude,
this kid
don't even get
rides
me
some of the local
started.
tracks. If they're
Is his kid okay? I heard he took a big spill.
Oh, I didn't hear about that, dude.
Oh,
I
I
saw
thought
him
so.
rip it on his two stroke, dude. He's very quick on that two stroke.
Mm.
But yeah, dude, watching Andrew Short ride, I'm like, we don't do the same sport, dude. Me
Yeah.
and Mike
Oh,
Brown
yeah.
don't do the same sport. Me and like the local fast like A rider, we don't do the same sport. So
Yeah.
I
No,
think I ride
like,
dirt bikes. I don't ride dirt bikes.
yeah, which is funny because like compared to someone who straight up doesn't ride dirt bikes, you do ride dirt bikes, but that's just the reality of the fact that there's always another level. I remember as a
Right.
kid looking up to local pro Matt Ham, who would win a lot of
Mm,
the local races. You know him from FXR. And
yep.
in one week, in one summer, I watched Matt Ham lap up to like eighth or ninth in one of the local pro races. And then the Canadian Nationals showed up to my favorite racetrack in Grunthal, and I watched Matt Ham get lapped twice. And then 6 weeks after that, I went to Millville for the very first time and watched Ricky Carmichael lap up to fifth, including the guy who lapped Matt Ham 2 weeks earlier.
Oh,
How fucking fast is Ricky Carmichael? If
dude.
he's lapping the guy who laps other guys twice.
Insane, dude.
Like, you know what I
It's
mean? Like
so
there's
insane.
such a
Yeah.
massive spectrum as far as like just like the speed that someone can or the sense of mastery that someone can have when it comes to riding a dirt bike. Like I'm literally
Oh,
jumping every jump on the
100%.
track. And
Yep.
like say like a local pro like Josh Penner, like every 5 laps that guy's coming to get me.
Yeah.
Like god damn it.
How?
Yeah. And
How?
I like
Yeah,
and
it's
I
just
think I'm pushing it. Like I'm like I'd like to think that like it's an exhilarating thrill ride like no other. Maybe I could coast a little bit less coming into the corners, but my God, I think I'm on the edge. And every
yeah, no,
five
for
laps, there
sure.
he goes. See ya.
Yep. It, it really is insane. I talk to my dad sometimes about like being able to watch, which I feel like you're in the same boat. Like what a blessing it was to be able to watch Ricky
Hmm.
ride, to watch James ride in person, to watch Reed ride when
Yeah, I got to
like
watch
it's just
James ride a 125 3 different times, and they're some of my most cherished memories as a fan.
dude, it's absolute like dude, and I try to like talk about what it was like to watch those guys ride. And I don't know if this is just our nostalgia or us feeling like,
Is it
our
because we were
era was
kids?
great
Like,
because
I
we were
think it might be
kids.
that.
I think it might be that, but like there has to be something to be said where like he's the greatest of all time, Ricky. And Stu is the fastest man to ever, the most talented and fastest guy to ever throw a leg over a motorcycle.
Hmm.
And like watching those guys ride in real time, dude, it was
Yeah,
literally like watching you couldn't tell me there wasn't an aura glowing around those guys. Like you
yeah.
couldn't tell me that every time Stu hit the track that like there were like there's like an aura, like a glow about like watching those guys ride
There
around
was.
the
It's
track.
like when you watch Stu, it was like he was the only thing in focus, even though he was like a blur.
Yeah, it was just there was like no way to describe it, and I try to talk to other people about it. I'm like, I don't think there will ever be another era like that era in moto, and I know that like there's guys who are like, when Bob Hanna was racing and you had him and these guys and and Wardy was. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I hear you. I Rick Johnson, all these guys, I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's different though, dude. It's different. And like when I hear those guys, I'm like, oh, those guys were like they're on old bikes. They're probably just they're going so slow, blah blah blah. And like, I hope that's not how we sound to like the Jet and Deegan era now. Where I'm like, you think they're fast? You should have seen Carmichael at Southwick on the washboard going, wide open fifth gear, and like they're probably like, oh, whatever, old man. Yeah, Deegan could scrub right by those guys, and I hope we don't sound like that. And I hope there's like I'm conveying just how much in rarefied air we were in watching those guys ride.
Absolutely. I don't know. I don't know if this is a controversial take or not, but
Mm-hmm.
I think James Stewart in 2007 and 2008, 2009 is still faster than anyone is currently going. I believe that.
Dude, it's hard to argue. I honestly like. Listen,
I think
watching.
I don't think anyone has ever ridden as hard and as like
Oh yeah, yeah.
even I watch Eli every weekend. I watch all those guys.
Mhm.
I don't think anybody in 2026 is as fast as James Stewart and Ricky Carmichael were in 2006.
Dude, it's hard to
Sorry.
argue. It's hard to argue. I will say, listening to
Like
Kyroli talk on
I'll listen to
Gypsy about,
arguments, but it's tough to sway me.
yeah, like listening to Kyroli talk on Gypsy about like, when he was asked like you've gotten to see like literally like 3 decades worth of like fast guys. He was like at the
Mm.
tail end of like Everts. He had his own era, and now he's
Yeah.
like, he's at his tail end, but still gets to see, get the chance to see Stu, Jet, all these guys, and he was like, yeah, I think Jet's the fastest guy I've ever seen. Stu did like the most insane things on a motorcycle, where I was like, I didn't know
Mm.
how he did that, but like the fastest all out is Jet, and
Mm.
I see where he's coming from, but I was like, dude, I would be hard pressed. You'd be hard pressed to find a track that Stu couldn't. I want to say like he'd keep Jet busy, but it'd be so much more than that. Jet would have to ride so insanely fast, which he is.
Yeah.
But I think Stu is just so stubborn. Him and Ricky, they would find that extra gear. They would figure out how to
Or
do it.
end up on his head trying to find that gear.
Oh,
Like
for sure, for sure. But
eh,
like,
it's actually
it's so
probably a good
difficult.
thing that James doesn't race Jet because they are both
Yeah,
so fast, even though Jet is so quiet as far as his body language on the bike
yeah,
and his riding
smooth.
style. But
Yeah,
anytime that James Stewart ever didn't beat Jet, it would because his bike's like he crashed out.
yeah.
It would be one or the other, which essentially as soon as like I don't know if I wouldn't say skills got diminished or like the tail end of uh James's career, that's what it really turned into is that he still wanted to go all out,
Yeah,
and when he would, he'd end up on his head.
yeah. No,
The
dude,
worst was I
it's
don't know, like this has turned into like remembering James Stewart podcast. But like, do you remember those like last couple of seasons in like 14 and 15 when like James Stewart would go like 8-7 for ninth overall, and you're like, ugh,
yeah.
ugh. Or like
This
he'd
is
go
insane.
9-37 because he just straight up wouldn't race the second moto because he
Yeah,
just it wasn't there.
wanted.
I don't like
Yeah,
something was wrong. Like,
yeah.
and it was the hardest to watch.
Yeah. I, as a Super Stew fan, like, yeah, I definitely agree. There were some hard watches there towards the end, but like, still, dude, it's still
Or
so
like when he
freaking
looped
sick.
out
Like,
in Daytona, I think it
oh,
was,
dude,
and
yep.
he just fell straight back, and you could see that he had hurt his back again, and you're like, God damn it, Stu. Like you
Mm-hmm.
like, and also I didn't get a chance to mention it, but like in time in his the 2 seasons that we actually got Prime Ricky and Prime Stu,
Yeah.
05, 06, you had James breaks his arm or wrist or whatever it was at I
Mm-hmm.
think it was Phoenix the second round, second or third
Mm-hmm.
round. I think it was second round of
Yeah.
of 05. So he missed like
Second
80% of the
round.
super
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
He
He
missed
got
like
hurt Dallas.
right. And then he wins Dallas.
I think I hurt in Dallas
No.
or Houston. Was it
Phoenix
Houston?
got hurt, came back, lost in Orlando, wins in Dallas.
Mm,
You want to bet? I'll look it up now.
yeah. Okay. I'm not doubting you.
You are though. People are listening.
No,
They're
I'm
doubting me.
not.
I'm gonna look this up in real time, and you're gonna look like a dumbass.
I'm not done.
Um. Okay, Orlando 250s. Chad Reed, James third. He fell. He was leading.
Is this towards that's at the end of the season, right?
Yeah,
After he came
he
back.
doesn't
Yeah,
race. He doesn't race
but
Daytona.
so he got
Comes
hurt in
back
Phoenix.
at wait, no, it's this is backwards. Yeah, because he wasn't in Daytona. That's right.
Yep.
And then he races Irving, which is Dallas, the following weekend and wins. And then he also wins Seattle. Yes, he also won that one. And then
Yeah,
the
that
last
was
person to ever win a 252 stroke or a 250 premier supercross main event on a two stroke is Chad Reed, Vegas '05.
dude. He what a
Fuck yeah.
I always go back to Dallas '05 where I saw it was I can't remember if it was Heat Race 1 or
James is
2.
wearing that green and yellow gear. So sick.
Dude, 100%. That the only person I would say that kind of that rivaled Stu's gear setup that year, Reed's Paisley.
Oh, the paisley blue.
Oh,
That nothing colder than the paisley blue back in the day,
dude,
dude.
it
The
was
paisley
like there
blue,
were
the paisley blue.
we,
Oh
we
my
got to
God.
do like a show where we just talk about our favorite top fives, but dude, that
Oh
has to be
yeah.
all
Just
time.
just
That
all-time kit.
that Stu's pink gear,
Oh,
dude, it
no,
just this
I'm thinking like the
oh
rookie stew, not the swoosh side thing. Like he had the
yeah.
yellow with the zebra
No,
print. I'm taking
it's
like
like the
literally just the
180.
yeah, no, it's 360
Yes.
gear. It's 360
360. Here we
gear.
go. Yeah, the
Yeah.
360 just yeah, with the sick
Oh,
pink.
so
Dude, that
good.
was and like people don't understand
And he's so little. You look at pictures from
yeah.
him, he's like 28 waist. So
Yeah,
small.
dude.
So such a
Dude.
little dude.
Crazy back then. But
Yeah,
yeah, dude,
but
I
Stu
miss
Reed
I
with
miss
the
those times, dude.
paisley, and then sometimes he would match that with the matte black helmet with the red on it.
With the yeah, dude.
Yeah, that
Oh man,
was
they just
that was the
so
same year
freaking cool,
that
man.
actually the year after Fox came out with that heart attack stuff that was kind of like matte black helmet and a black jersey.
With the
James
red.
only ever wore the helmet, but he wore it
Yes. Yeah.
with the powder blue with the
Hmm.
spider webs. He
Yes.
wore
Yep.
that at Hangtown that year when him and
Yep.
Ron were battling. It was the sickest. It never got better. Like it's never been better than that.
That was like an old school throwback. No one talks about that up until that point. Okay, so so take it Stewart his first year, '02,
True, man.
West Coast, whatever. He was getting his feet wet, right? Did
Right.
good,
Full chest protector.
uh, few guys
I
beat him,
still
but
want
then
one of those. If I could find a both that the it's the Roost 2, I believe. And
mhm,
it has if you could find me a pink one, I would. I'd wear it now.
dude, like his first Supercross season, Stu was a 16-year-old kid. He
Yep.
got beat a little bit by some guys, right? Of
With a
course,
birthday
he's
in December, by the way. Like his
exactly. He just
literally,
turned
yeah. Like the
December
candles were still
21st.
smoking
Yeah,
when he
my
raced
birthday.
Anaheim
We
1.
we share the same birthday.
Oh, that's right. You're December as
Yeah.
well.
So like that one aside, that '03 was that '03 or '04? It was '04. That '04
His
Vegas and
last
'04
his last
Hangtown.
season on his last season on
Yep.
125s.
Yep. So I think
Yeah.
Hangtown was the first one, right? That or was it High Point or Hangtown?
Vegas was
Vegas
Hangtown was
and
an
then
opening
and
round, yeah.
opening. Okay, Hangtown. Those were the only two races I can remember where I was like, wow, somebody passed Stu back while Stu
Hmm.
was racing multiple like that was the first time I've seen some like Stu like, whoa, I gotta
Yeah.
race, you know? Up until but no one talks about that. Like, dude, you gotta give Roncada his flowers.
Oh,
That was
100%. Ron's the
absolutely
only
one
one who
of
gave
who
James
else?
anything.
Who else? I mean, granted, it was only for those two races, but like, who else was like, yeah, I'm racing James Stewart right now. Not just he's playing cat and mouse with me, or he
Yeah.
went down, so I passed him.
No,
Like,
nobody that
I'm
year.
nobody,
Nobody.
nobody. And you can even argue the year
James still
before
won every
it
moto
wasn't.
aside from one.
Yeah, which is it's nuts to me. So,
Yeah,
Yeah,
on a
I
125.
cannot on 125, dude. I
Do you
cannot
remember those
believe.
stupid scoops that they had
Oh,
on the cap?
on the
Oh, the
radiators.
radiator
Yeah,
scoops looked like shit. They were
but
carbon
dude,
fibers, so they kind of look cool, but then you look at them
yeah.
now, you're like, those are not cool.
Those are not it,
Those were
dude.
not
And like,
cool.
and I used to think his bike was like, I'm like, dude, that is the pinnacle state of the art. It doesn't get any cooler. I look at it now and I'm like, I'm pretty sure half those things are like Craigslist finds right now. You know, like it
Yeah,
like there's it's crazy. Like they had like the old school style fender, which I thought was so sleek, and now I'm like, man, that thing's a boat anchor, huh? You know,
yeah.
it's like,
The
but
the
it's
the
oh,
O
it's
five,
still
the back end of the O five still holds up. The front
it
end
does
is
does
looking a
not.
little
Yeah.
bit. No, it's not.
Yes. The so
Um,
number plates and rear fender,
yeah.
I think that you can keep those the same forever and never
Yeah, no, the
change.
back end of that motorcycle is beautiful. The way
It's
the number
beautiful.
plates sort of like
You
just
can
swoop in, and
yep.
but the on the stand, the back fender is always nice. It's pointed. It's not like
Yes.
rounded off in any way. It's the
Nope.
same
It's
reason I
yes.
hated that about my 2016 KTM, where the back fender kind of like
And
just
they sag.
curls. It
Yeah.
sags. And I'm like, that was so ugly. Same thing with my
Yeah.
oh 06 through oh 08 KX 250F. Like it was this
250F.
big. You're like, have you ever looked at how big the fenders were on those things? They're
Dude,
laughable.
I had an '06
Yeah,
250F
so did
that
I.
lasted me till '08 because I was broke boy racing. And dude, when I tell you, like, going to
Yeah.
pick up the UFO or Kirby's plastic in the dealer, you needed both hands for that rear fender.
Oh yeah. No, dude,
Yeah,
I
dude,
have
it
so
was,
fucking many of them. I will literally send
it
you.
was
I have a stack of those stupid fucking
massive.
things.
Dude, it was so
I don't know why I
massive.
still
Oh my
do.
goodness. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
But no, the oh
Speaking of this
05
car,
Cowie looks
dude.
sick. The only that
Yes.
we got robbed of. I don't think we'll ever truly get what the situation was with James doing nationals that year. I think he raced six of them, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. And then he does his wrist at the when he I think he was going down a hill in
Broom.
Unadilla.
I think it was Broom.
Broom? Where was it?
Broom
Where did he get
Tioga. Like
hurt?
that super stupid or super soft, like the wood chippy
Yeah,
type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. It might have been
It's a
Broom,
track.
but that's like
It's a
close to the
track
end of the
up in.
year, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's like the last three. It's in New York too, so it's a little ways from Unadilla, but it's still a New York track. Really
Oh,
fun to
okay.
ride at. You
Hmm.
like that track.
I bet I
Um,
would.
but yeah, it was man, what a cool time. And you know what? I was talking to a buddy of mine. You know what track I would love to see come back because I've never seen a track like it
Steel
since
City.
not still Steel Cities. That's a good one, but I still kind of feel like Steel City and High Point kind of have similarities. But remember Kenworthy, Troy?
Troy, yeah. Everyone
Ohio,
wants Troy to
dude,
come back.
that track, Brad, I have never seen like that was the end of an era kind of track to me.
Yeah, you were right as Broom Tioga because he goes 337.
Yeah, that one was gnarly.
Wow.
That was crazy. But
Tell
Brad,
me about it.
I can do this with you for days, dude.
I know.
Just
That's why you were on the podcast like 100 times 3 years ago.
oh gosh, dude, I miss this. Miss it, bud.
Anyway, tell your story.
But I forgot what I was gonna say, dude. You got me thinking about freaking Bruce Yoga now. I'm just thinking about all the off cameras.
Kenworthy's best
Oh
track
yeah,
ever.
dude. I have not seen a track that has whoops, big tabletops, bull corners. Um, I mean, like a Lomi base and like infield, but like the jump faces were like a little bit of that like harder pack clay. You got ruts that developed, long straightaways. You got choppy sections. You got jumpy sections. Like I have not seen an outdoor track that looks like that. Dude. It was like a video game. It was like, in my opinion, what motocross like. I kind of miss about racing motocross.
Hmm.
Now it's like, oh, it's got to be like the gnarliest, and it's got to be, um, the most dissed up and rutted and deep. And I'm like, yeah, those tracks have to exist. Those are sick, but I miss those kind of tracks, man. I those look like kind of like the tracks that I grew up on. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
would love to see like a Kenworthy come back, dude. Like that track was just so cool.
Oh, I totally agree. I look at a lot of the old layouts, um
Yeah.
things used to be a little bit less polished, a little bit less sweepy at times, but I think that was sort
Yeah.
of the nuances of certain tracks. Like you had hairpin corners on a motocross track, which you don't
I was
often
just gonna
see.
say tight inside corners. I was literally
Yeah,
gonna say that, dude. Tight 180s on a moto
yeah.
track out of a
Nowadays,
long
especially
straightaway.
with the outdoors, you find a lot of like just blasting the outside, and the
Yes.
outside is quite the trek. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
a lot of tracks like that, and they all sort of set it like because one track's successful, like it's a copycat league. We'll all sort of
Mm.
start to like at one point. Redbud didn't have sand rollers. They got that from,
Mm.
well, I don't know if they got that idea from Millville specifically, but they saw the fact like the people enjoy and like to line up along the sand rollers at Millville. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
Redbud has sand rollers, or everyone loves the Laraco's Leap. Now every track has to have some
A
Godzilla jump
massive.
that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
you know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
It's yeah,
I agree.
copycat league, but
Yeah. Anywho.
love it.
Yeah.
So, Indy this last weekend. Were you in attendance,
Mm.
sir?
I was not. So this was my first weekend actually being able to go home to Texas. So took advantage of that and had to literally sit down and watch it from the couch. But as you know, Brad, ain't a bad view from your couch.
Hey, I don't mind watching
I love
supercrosses
it,
from the
dude. I
couch. I do
love it.
so from Canada. So, yeah, it's like for me to enjoy it like in the stadium, probably talking like 1,200, maybe $1,300 worth of travel expenses. So,
Mm,
I will watch from here unless I can get those expenses covered, which is even ask the racers, that's tough to do.
yeah, dude. Yeah, people will be surprised. There's a lot of mechanics out there that are paying their own way to get to races. So
Yeah, no,
it's
you
it's
know all
very
about that.
difficult. Yeah.
So we talked about the new gig. Let's talk about the old gig. Let's talk about the collective experience. Have you been doing that for 10 years now? What's the deal?
Dude, it's so when did that was I got going like the later half of 2017. So we're almost coming up on 10 years, which is absolutely insane. And you were kind of privy to like the start of it. Like you were
Okay.
pretty clued in when that thing kind of first got kicked off. But yeah, it's going strong, man. Like you know, you've heard the story a million times. I kind of had a vision of like, man, I want to help out my buddies that are racing privateer, and how can we get them some cash, and also I love just sharing the passion of the sport. That's why I can talk to you for hours. And like just I love talking moto. I love sharing all these cool contacts and people and all this other stuff, dude. And yeah, it springboarded to one of like, in my opinion, the best VIP experience in motorsports. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone can do it cooler than we do it, dude. And yeah, there are some programs that have way bigger budgets, obviously, but the fact that we are fans, we tailor it for fans, and we make everyone feel like you are a family member of the collective, you are a part of that team you're working with. You now have buddies in industry that are like at pretty cool levels. And I know 12-year-old Brad and 12-year-old Dave would have loved to have the collective back in the day to be able to hang out with like, our racing heroes and the dudes that we have on our wall and like be able to say, hey, I have that mechanic's phone number on my phone, or hey, I met that guy and I got his signed goggles or signed jersey, and
Yeah.
now I can text the team whenever all this cool stuff, man. So yeah, we've really curated an experience that is second to none, man. And we've had so many people that have been interested in that and our internship program that have gone on to work in the industry, dude. Like we had people that worked for Fell that helped launch Bubba's World podcast, that have worked for FXR. Half of PRMX are guys from my program. A couple of guys that are
Oh yeah,
start their
you
own.
introduced Cole Beach to the world of motocross, right?
Yeah, dude, well, he was already part of it. Like he's a dude that we met back home in Connecticut. But yeah,
Hmm.
dude, like we kind of got him his first like taste of what it's like to be in the big leagues, and he did photos first for a day, dude, and then fast forward a year later, I'm like, oh my gosh, is that Cole Beach that's like running essentially all of like the media for Feld? You know what I mean? And getting a chance to be able to help springboard stuff like that, it's awesome. Getting them to introduce people to like yourself, dude, like what you do on a day-to-day basis, getting a chance to cover what you cover and have the podcast and have the connections you have, that's incredible for people to be able to meet someone like you. So yeah, I I cherish it. I love the buddies that I have in moto, and I'm like, well, maybe other people would like these dudes too. And it's great, man. It's such a great program, and we've been going strong. And I'm thankful that the industry's embraced it like it has. And I just want to keep growing and doing bigger and better, Brad. I want to keep this thing. I want to be the biggest thing in motorsports.
Ain't slowing down, man. How can people find out more information? And like, let's just like, first of all, where can people find out more information?
TheCollectiveXP.com, at the Collective X on Instagram, the Collective Experience on YouTube, TikTok. I mean, the Collective Experience, you'll see our shiny multicolored logo and a bunch of cool dirt bike stuff. So feel free to hit me up at contact at thecollectivexp.com with any questions. And yeah, we want to get everybody hooked up in motorsports.
All right, bro. So we're 10 days out from Birmingham. I'm Brad from Canada. I'm looking to possibly take part in the collective experience. What do you got for me?
So we've got our two programs that are doing phenomenal. The fan experience program, where you literally come in and just be a VIP. We treat you like gold. You get full access, meaning you don't have just a meet and greet time with the team. You are part of the team.
Oh,
You
sick.
get the
So
chance
I'm
to,
like part of
yeah,
the team for the day.
you are part of the team for the day. You're not just
What
sitting
time do
down
I
there
show up? Like,
watching
how
people
long of
ride.
a day is it?
So we tell people you can get there as early as Friday, and then you stay super late until Saturday. A few guys even showed up to help finish setup on Sunday for a few guys, or tear down rather. So it really depends on whenever you want to show up. We tell people to get the most out of the day, show up, a little bit after riders meeting, and that way, the full team's back. You get a chance to see everybody before all the hustle and bustle. You get a chance to walk the pits before anybody else and really get a chance to see some of the bikes like right in front of your face. They pull them around the rigs and stuff like
Yeah.
that, warm them up and stuff, and you get a chance to really see them without a lot of that velvet rope. And you yourself are behind the velvet rope as well with teams that people can select from. And we've got a litany of different teams that people can choose to hang out with, or different riders, what have you. And it's really fun. The internship program gets you literally hands-on working in a variety of different spots, whether that's be a media guy like Brad, or if you want to be a mechanic hopeful, or if you want to be a content creator or team manager, we can get you aligned with the team to kind of give you that first hands-on experience, that first row hands-on experience. And a lot of what we do afterwards is we help you with resume building. We give you contacts. Everybody walks away with like $1,500 in promo codes and savings and
Whoa.
all this free gear and like swag and stuff. Dude, there's some interns that I've had, Brad. I was seeing the picture. A couple of times, like I haven't been able to get there to the races for like canceled flights, and I'll have buddies that kind of like know the program very well. They'll kind of handle it for me,
Hmm.
and I get one intern that's like, dude, this was the best day of my life. Mitch Payton is so cool. Thanks again. I'm like, wait, what? It's like, who? And he's like, Mitch Payton. I'm like, what are you doing around Mitch Payton? He's like, oh, dude, the team I'm working with, one of his buddies is a wrench for Mitch. So I went over and said hi to him, and Mitch was like, oh, hey, you want to be a mechanic one day? Come and take a tour. I'm like, dude, you got in the like, I haven't even gotten the rig, dude.
Yeah.
Like that,
You're trying to
you
get
know,
one of your interns to introduce you to Mitch Payton.
dude, and like another one was like in the team Kawasaki rig, or hey, I'm one of the guys that
I
I'm
got
working with
coffee with
is
Mathis.
yeah, you're right. You're like I had a guy that was helping out the freaking
I got
the
kicked out with
Club
Cooksey.
MX guys. Yeah, we got kicked out. Dude, it's insane, dude. It's honestly insane, the opportunities, man, and like it's great. I'm really proud of it, and dude, yeah. If you're looking to do one, Birmingham's a fun one. I like Nashville.
Okay.
I really enjoy.
When is
I tend to
Nashville?
like
I'm gonna look at flights.
Nash.
April
I think
11th.
it's like April. Yeah,
Ah,
April something. That was a fun one. I love Indy. The people are really great. The
I
dirt's really
do love
good.
Nashville.
I like St. Louis. I love the Northeast ones because I'm a Northeast guy, so it's nice to be home for those.
Yeah.
Um, Phoenix is a good one. So, I mean, we have fun in
It's a
so many different
showdown
places.
too. East West showdown.
Yeah,
And
that's gonna be
SMX
a good one.
next. That's a
That's gonna
good
be a good
one.
one. That's a good one.
Birmingham is a
So
good one because it's going to
if
be
anyone's
warm. It's
listening, let me
Alabama.
know. Yep. And I think your
Small
listeners gonna.
stadium though,
I think
right?
I've
Because
got
I
a.
don't know who plays there. Is that a
It's not.
college?
It's not super small. It kind of reminds me of like the Tampa Bay
Okay.
Buccaneer Stadium. So it kind of reminds me
What's
of
the
that one. But
capacity of protectors?
yeah, and all of your listeners, you've got your own Big MX promo code.
No
for the
way.
collective as well. So yeah, I think you've had
Is
it
it
for a
still
while.
active?
I'm
Does anyone
yeah,
use it?
I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen it for a minute, but yeah,
Wow,
your
hurtful.
listeners get a cool promo code for the experiences too. So
Okay, so they can go on the website and sign up.
oh, 100%. Yep, it's open. Use the promo code to save at checkout. And yeah, we've got a litany of programs and riders that people can choose from to hang out in. And yeah, we have a good time, man. We really enjoy it.
That's rad. I really like that.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the rest of the season. I'm excited to get you to a race
Yeah,
so that we can, bug
I'm
each other
literally
again.
looking at I'm looking at stuff right now. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna make one of these happen. I could even
I
maybe
like
even do
Nashville because
Detroit.
Detroit's good. Hey, buddy, that's a 20-minute drive for me. And
Well,
hey, yeah, we can both hop on the blow up bed,
there you go.
and get that out.
Absolutely. If this thing's a
So
rocking, that's because
yeah,
I'm jerking off next to you. That I can't let this like thought in my head slide by without circling back to it. I
uh,
think it'd be funny if Cooksey did a VIP experience where you just get thrown out with him. Like you're also arrested or like you also get escorted out by security. You're like walking out with your phone and stuff like that. That would be entertaining to me.
what are some other unique experiences that you could do?
Oh,
Um,
you go to the Super Motocross Voices guy's house to watch Supercross and come up with memes together.
that's one. You could walk 1,000,000 miles in a one Supercross event with Dark Side. You could definitely do that.
Yeah,
Um, Dark Side gets, dude. He knows every single person that steps foot
I
through
bet
those gates. I
if
feel
if
like.
if if they were allowed to have press box access, if Sean Brennan approved it for Darkseid, I truly mean this because he's such a good guy.
He's
If
a
so,
great dude.
if I think Darkseid could sell a VIP expanded experience to essentially be his like shadow and hang out with him for the day. I bet someone would pay him $1,000.
All day, dude. He's the nicest, like
Yeah, he's
super
just
fun to
such a
talk
good
to.
dude, and you could probably
He's got
talk
stories for
about
days.
damn near anything from music
100%.
to construction to like it'd
Yep.
probably be like another blue collar guy like me, and yeah, just like bro down with Darkside for
Dude,
Detroit Supercross, $1,000.
that'd be epic, dude.
Do
That
it.
would be
That'd
that'd
be
be
sick.
epic.
Why
Yeah,
not?
and I think I even talked to some of the FXR guys. I know Brad and Andy are always freaking busy like crazy, but I
Yeah,
gotta
of
bug those
course.
guys again and see if we can do something cool with them because they talk to so many
Why you
people.
need bigger pants again or what?
You probably do. Actually, your boy's been losing some weight, buddy.
Are ya?
I snapped my
Atta boy.
Achilles. I snapped my Achilles and
That's
shattered my
right.
ankle
I
in
remembered
24.
that. Yep.
And dude, when I tell you that was worse than me
You couldn't
spilling
get
my
up to go to the
liver,
fridge or what?
my no, dude, I was like literally just sitting there ordering DoorDash and I gained like 50 pounds because I couldn't do anything, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I couldn't walk, couldn't do like even just
Okay,
like
I was gonna
if I
say there's
lowered
some pictures, dude. You're looking fluffy.
I dude, Fluffy is not the
You
dude.
were
I
looking
looked like
fluffy.
I was 800-pound life, dude. And dude, after that, I saw a couple pictures of me with my kid, and I was like, oh, I look like I'm getting ready to eat my kid as like a TV dinner or something.
Yeah.
So so
Dude, if I
yeah,
see a picture of
we
myself where I
shrunk.
have like a double chin where I shouldn't, I'm like, ooh, gotta tighten
Hmm.
up.
Yeah,
Gotta
dude.
tighten
So
up.
we lost it. I sold the 450, got the 350, and now I actually have to like work to ride a dirt bike again. So it's your boy's getting spelt. We're losing. We're dropping.
Fair enough. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we talk about lappers? We gotta at least talk about the lappers when it comes
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
Indy. Like, we're not gonna talk 250s because that was the Davies show, and um, I at the end of the night, I didn't feel like um Hunter Lawrence was the 450 winner, but like I guess based off how everything sort of panned out. But the Lapper
Yeah,
situation, let's just like first of all, I don't I there's not much I can tell you about the Lapper situation because there were no penalties, so there mustn't have been anything wrong, correct?
dude, I agree with what you said so hard, dude. Like I
Bro,
don't understand how
can
we
we
can
hold people
go.
accountable? Why are
That's
we
it.
against holding people accountable? It's not like
That yeah.
we're not going to kill these people by firing squad.
Yeah. Or a consistent
Yeah.
templatized system where like,
Got to be
yeah,
black
if
and
you
white.
jump, yeah, if you
It's got to
jump
be
on
me and
a,
you.
yeah, me, Ebony and Ivory, dude. If you jump on a red cross, like on a red cross flag, this is what happens. If you jump on red flashing, this is what happens, and keep it consistent across the board. And the
I don't
same
know
thing
how they
with the
did
minor situations,
mid-season rule changes.
dude. It's
That felt
confusing, and
illegal.
then it really did, and like, and it just makes the racing harder to follow for people. And we're just fans. Imagine what it's like for Joe in that situation and Hunter and stuff. It's hard.
Yeah.
But as far as privateers go, um, I love Gypsy, but I really do like Jace. But I disagree that there shouldn't be privateers out there. I think privateers 100% should fully be should they should be out there. If you don't want them out there, then like, yeah, let's give them their a 250 250 A main and a B main. That way we still get those guys like the seat time and the shine that they deserve because they're
Right.
world class athletes. Or what you can do is just, hey, I'm gonna institute a $5,000 fine for anyone that holds up racing. If you see a blue flag and you don't acquiesce and give the right of way to the riders that are behind you getting ready to lap you, you are fined $5,000.
If
I
you're gonna do
guarantee
that
you.
though, it has to be like a Swiss watch consistent.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, there's
When you're
no
dipping your hands in
if
someone's
ands,
wallet, it has to be on spot
on
on.
par. But I guarantee you, we'll see a lot more riders that are like, oh crap, like they're coming up behind me. I don't want to have to deal with anything. I need that money. I don't have the money to dish away. I barely can afford Chipotle right now. So like, there's no way I'm gonna mess this up. I think you will see a lot more riders moving over. I think you see a lot more of a consistent respect for those riders. And riders would be a lot more aware. If you hit them in their pockets, just like anything in this world, you go where if you hit them in their pockets, you're going to get their attention. So I
Yeah.
think that's what you do. But yeah, to say like that privateers shouldn't be out there, I think they should. I personally, not, a lot of them are my buddies, so I want to see them do good. But also, I'm a fan of the sport. I remember the days when privateers, a lot like a Tyler Evans, those dudes were top five. You know what I mean?
At times, yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah, I remember
it's a
that
subculture of the sport. And
thank you. That's
yeah.
perfectly said. Subculture of the sport. They have their own following. They have their own fans, and you need that. You need that. If anything, like for differentiation to showcase the Jets and the Malcolm Stewarts and the Eli Tomac's and stuff, like to show the difference in like, yeah, these guys are world class. Now look at how good these guys are even. But to say like you shouldn't see Morans or Cade or you name them, Harlan out there. I don't agree with that. I think you should. Those guys work their butts off, and they are gnarly dudes. So I just think you got to make a consistent rule set and hit them in their wallets if they're not following suit.
Right. And also like we're such a knee-jerk industry when
Yeah,
something like this happens and they're like, "Oh my God, we got to change the format of the fucking sport because
yeah.
we had here
They're too
we didn't
reactive.
because yeah, we're so reactive because we didn't have the foresight to not put a a triple crown on the most technical track slash riding surface because that track always gets crazy rutted and it wasn't a
Mhm,
technical track on top of the fact that you had 45-second lap times. So
mhm.
like if these riders are on a percentage point the same difference from each other each week, or say if it's like 5 seconds, 5 seconds on a 1 minute track is a lot different than 5 seconds on a 45-second track,
Oh, 100%, dude.
especially if you
Yeah.
factor
Oh my
in that
gosh.
first lap where you as well as I know, if there's 20 guys on the line, the guy who comes across 20th might be coming across as many as 15 to 20 seconds behind the leader on lap 1.
Yeah. Yep.
If he's giving up 4 or 5 seconds per lap while trying to find a rhythm, trying to navigate this racetrack in 18 laps, they're gobbling up all kinds of guys and they start to work into a certain section of the lineup that these guys are not, first of all, they're not used to being lapped, as well as the fact that they're used to fighting for a position on forward and not having to deal with that. So you have two things happening at once and basically coming to a crescendo as we come to the completing laps of all of these short sprint races. If it was a longer full race, Say like if they had done the full 26, they would have lapped all the way up probably into like the either it would have been like the 10th, ninth, 8th, and those guys are more spread out. Way easier to get around those guys that have a lot more distance between them. You as well as I know, the guys at the back of the pack, typically there may be 2 or 3 seconds between them, not even,
Yeah. No.
and they're just circulating.
I can't disagree with anything you've said.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And to me, it's just common sense. You know.
and like there are guys who are like they get in the way or they happen to disturb things more often than not, and there needs to be a hard and fast rule that like if you don't adhere to the flag, there'll be a consequence, and you have to be razor sharp consistent on that consequence. Period.
All day, dude. All day.
So
It's
and
that
like
simple.
yeah, like I don't know what you set the dollar amount at, whether it's 5 grand, 10 grand, 2 grand. I'm sure none of these guys would like to see any amount of money leave their pockets. So yeah, I think they definitely think twice. And I like, or you have that licensing thing, but the fact that after what happened this last weekend, whether it was intentional, not intentional, or otherwise, the fact that there was not a single penalty handed out is very discouraging.
Yeah, I agree. Because then it's like, well, is it really that big of an issue if there's no penalty? So now I don't think a lot of the riders are going to take it as seriously.
Yeah.
Or if they do, it's only going to be for a
What are we
couple
even
weeks until
ranting
it
about?
dies down.
Seems silly.
Exactly. And then there's going to be gray area that it's like, okay, well, if no one's really dishing out penalties, I really don't have to, you know, be as diligent with my actions on the motorcycle, right? I don't have to be as crazy aware. This will just blow over and blah blah blah. So yeah, there's too much ambiguity with these rules and like the lack of consistency across the board. It just makes for things that are um, just hard to keep up with and hard to follow. And I feel like this is one of the coolest. This is the coolest form of motorsport, in my opinion. And like look at like an F1, dude. Those rules are so to the freaking T that like you can't contest them. Yeah, you can yell and be
Bro,
like, "Oh, I
one
can't
guy
believe this
was
happened,"
given a
but like,
time penalty for singing Smooth Operator to himself because they didn't have the
yeah,
copyright.
dude,
That's a real
tell me
thing.
about it. Yeah, 100%. Or hey, if it looks like you're riding a little bit on the dirtier side, not rubbing is racing, obviously, but if you're purposely making something that's like dangerous, they're gonna fine you big boy money, and they're gonna have a time penalty as well. So like it's I don't know. It really that level of professionalism is really needed. There's a hunger for it when it
Right.
comes to like
Well,
rules and decision making.
we're all too often the redheaded stepchild that isn't taken seriously, and when there's situations like this, we give credence to not be taken seriously.
Yeah, 100%.
So, those are the types of things, the systematic issues that exist within many motorsports, but motocross is the one that I spend the most amount of time and attention to that essentially besmirches the name of the community and makes it harder for big companies to advertise with us. And that's
Yeah,
ultimately what it would come down to is like we always talk about, oh, we need sponsors. No, we need advertisers. We need Procter and Gamble to come in with Gain laundry detergent, a product that our audience and our community probably uses a awful lot of. That at some point, or still in 2026,
mhm.
there isn't a salesperson in this industry that's been able to communicate that to someone who works there.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's nuts to me. The only people that I think have come the closest to like outside quote unquote sponsors is I have to give credit to like the Troy Lee setup. They always have
Right.
like
But I think
someone,
that's because Troy's not afraid to have the conversation and ask for the sale.
mm, for sure. But like you look at he's one guy in a sea of how many different teams, right? So
Right.
yeah, it's definitely time that we had some more. I don't know what the it just seems so obvious. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Just consistency, just
Mhm.
consistency and professional adherence to like to rules. That's it. You know.
Right. It's no different than a rider expects to what he when the his bike hits a bump just like that, he expects his bike to go just like this. And that's
Yep.
makes a good handling bike is a consistent and a predictable bike. A good racing
Yes,
series is a consistent and a predictable series
100%.
when it
I
comes
agree.
to judgment calls.
Sure.
Looks like Cole Davies woke up in the 250 East. He took the points lead by a narrow margin. He's only got 1 point ahead of three other guys. There's only two points separate the top four in that series, and it's actually not even that many. It's only 9 back to Daxton Bennick. But does Cole Davies relinquish the points lead in 250 East before this thing's done?
Oh, Brad, it's hard to bet against the kid. Not only,
Good, man. He's
dude,
good.
he's got talent, but he's not riding like a second year supercross rider, dude. He's riding almost like what Deegan had, where like we're so used to seeing these rookies and these young kids come in and kind of ride over their head. They get nervous. They don't know when to back it down. Their racecraft needs to be honed a little bit. They need some of that experience and that tenure. He looks like he's been in this class for 5 years, dude. The way
It
that he
does.
attacks the whoops, like it's not just raw speed. It's not like when I think of raw speed, I think of somebody like a Zach Bell or somebody who
Mhm.
just was super fast, but they needed some refinement. He's just fast and refined and
Yeah.
very confident.
I
So
think
yeah,
physically
it's
he's well developed too though. Like he's
yeah,
not
for
as
sure.
tall as like a um what's the kid's getting his shoulder his thumb fixed there. Adams. Adams could
Uh,
play middle linebacker for the New England Patriots.
oh yeah,
Like
big boy, yeah.
Davies Davies would be playing wide receiver if they still allowed white guys to play wide receiver in the NFL.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Like he's lanky. He has that sort of similar broad shoulders, but like all sort of sinewy and lean.
Almost like a swimmer's build.
Yes, like I compare
Yeah.
it to Sexton. Sexton has like that
Yes. Yep.
has a great build for moto.
Broad
He's very
frame.
broad in the
Yep.
shoulders. He's square to the motorcycle, and I think that's what allows him to be in control when he's coming across the whoops. Like I think
Yeah.
his physical strength, on top of the fact that he's young, youthful, and wants to send it, great combo. I think that's why he's going to win that championship.
Yeah, it's hard to bet against him, man. I love Joe Shimoda, dude. That's my boy. I like what he brings to the motorcycle. I love how he rides. I love that he's such a heads up racer. He's willing to take it to those guys. He's got a great personality, all that cool stuff. But man, Davies just looks like he is on a different, like in a different gear than those guys. Like look at his whoops, dude. Last weekend they were giving guys a nightmare. Look at Jalik. Jalik was flying, but when it came to those whoops, I was like, buddy, this is like
Dude,
we're
he
looking
had a
like we're
couple
watching the
though. He
Monsoon
like
right
sent
now.
it randomly a couple times and like it
Yeah,
went
there's a couple
well.
that were good, but other times I was like, dude, that looks like
Oh,
me out there. But
yeah.
no, like yeah,
I
and I
thought for
just
a
feel
second
like
it was, but your hair's shorter or longer than his.
yeah, that's my little bit. High praise though, because if you think that's true, then I'm getting
Straight up.
skinny and pond skinny. But yeah, dude, I just you don't see those inconsistencies with Davies. Davies will skim those whoops every single time. Davies will make sure that lap time stays the same. Davies will race hard. He'll get on the inside. He'll do whatever he needs to do. And
Yeah.
if yeah, Brad, if he does not win the championship this year, you and I will be infinitely shocked.
Yeah, no, like and not to say that he doesn't have stiff competition,
No,
but
he does. Yeah, those guys
it's
are
Shimoda. I
studs.
think he still has his best race ahead of him this summer or this winter. Um Hammaker, he can be awesome, but like I'm like I hate to say it, like sometimes when I watch Hammaker, I always sort of wait for a shoe to drop. Like
Mm,
he's kind of like unfortunately sort of I'm once bitten twice shy. I really want him to do well. He's one of the nicest guys in the pits. Super talented, super nice
yeah,
guy, hard on his sleeve, great guy. I think Hammaker, honestly, if I was to make a like a prediction as far as like I think Davies is the fastest, then you have Hammaker, then it's Shimoda, and I think it's going to finish that way in the points.
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Uh like aside from Glendale where Eli got a 12th, if he just had like an average night for him, which I think this year would be like a second roughly based off of like his average scores of his other races, he'd have a 10 point lead, 8 point lead, 8 point lead. If you just gave him like an average finish that one night.
Yeah.
It
Oh my
seems
God.
crazy that Eli Tomac has won a lot of races this year and
Yeah.
is has a 4 point gap. Like it's 4 points, it's nothing with this many races to go, but like they've separated themselves.
They
The
have.
question over the next 3 rounds is whether or not Cooper Webb can find a way to join those guys. But the other race winner, I don't think we see him until after the East Coast swing. Chase Sexton.
Really?
I don't.
Mm.
Maybe you see him after this break.
What
Otherwise,
do
I
you think?
wought
Is it
like.
really an injury like they're saying? Is it a practice injury? Is it
I
something that's
doubt it.
really like nagging him? What do you think it is?
I think it's. I think it is a practice crash that has opened a window to like, okay, like if there was ever a good timing to get injured, this would be it, or to
This
have
is
a
it.
crash. So it's a good excuse to go back to the drawing board and come back out either for the final rounds of Supercross. And hey, yeah, we came out and we showed that in 2026 we can make this bike work, or we focus on outdoors, maybe ride a Supercross or two, and focus on being fast outdoors
Mm.
because
Okay.
he's already pre-qualified into the finals or the playoffs by winning a race.
Yeah.
Racing Supercross at this point, like none of those races, aside from like fulfilling sponsor obligations and doing it for the competitiveness side of things, like the championship is out of question now for Chase Sexton. Obviously, you're a competitor. You want to race. You race for a living. You want to be there. That makes sense. That and like would I be surprised to see him race again this winter? Not at all. But if you told me that you don't that I don't see him until the first round of outdoors, not surprised.
Not surprised. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then wouldn't even bat an eyelash. Yeah, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no,
Sounds
is
about right. Yeah.
yes. So that's that kind of where I'm at with that.
Okay.
Like as far as Chase and the championship, I think it's two guys. I think it's kind of always been two guys this year so far. Like I think you have Webb and Tomac both have or and Broxton both have wins, but
Hmm.
I think those are the only 2 rounds that they were in championship form. And I think you have to
Mm.
be in championship form. You have to be in championship form at least 15 out of 17 races to lay claim to this thing. And like you can have a couple off nights, but you can't have as many off nights as those guys have had
I would agree
already.
with that. I would
Yeah.
agree.
So we're gonna find out Birmingham, Detroit, St. Louis. Those are the next 3 rounds. If Cooper Webb goes back to the drawing board and comes back swinging as the 2025 Supercross champion that he is, he could climb his way back into this. And honestly, so could Kenny. But that would take I think that would be his Mona Lisa. If he is to come back and even contend for this championship, that's Ken Roxon's greatest Supercross season ever.
If Ken can win one, and I hate that Ken.
He already won
And
one.
we're Ken fans. If Ken can come back and win a Supercross championship,
Mm.
like he gives us hope every year. This dude will win a race. He'll be lights out fast. He'll and like that glimmer, like that spark. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna do it this year. Like all of us Kenny fans, we're gonna see our boy win a Supercross title. And then
Just proud
something happens
papas.
where it just, oh, dude, and he rides so well, and it's unreal. And then something happens where he just like he'll get like a fifth and it's half the time it's not even his fault,
Hmm.
or majority of the time. And it's like, oh, dude, there was my glimmer of hope. Like, I just feel so much more wrecked because you know what I mean. Like, oh,
And like as a like yeah, I think as a athlete in your 30s, I think it all also just sort of like you start to cheer for those guys a little more as far
yeah,
as like you still you see like at least someone who grew up in the same era as you like I don't think he ever rode for carbureted 4 strokes, although I think he may have like raced like one when I think I've seen like one picture of
Like
like
old
94 on like
GPs,
a
old
really old
Suzuki.
Suzuki. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, with that massive pipe.
Yeah. Yeah, the pipe that goes back past the back fender,
Past the
those are
fender.
Jesus. Yeah, honestly, if I had that's the funny thing. If I had Ken on the podcast, like I know he passes up a lot of um media stuff because like I think he gets asked so often and these guys are pulled in a thousand directions. But if I had Ken Roxon on this podcast, which I have not yet, I've interviewed him in person, but I've never had him on the podcast. If I had him on the podcast, I would ask him about like those early years, like big bike Suzuki's when he was like, I don't know, 12, maybe 11,
He was
riding either
young. He was
250Fs or
tiny.
450s. Like memories of coming over and racing like the World Mini and Loretta's, and I would talk to him about like living with Shorty down in Texas. I might even call up Shorty to like jump in for that part of the conversation. That's the kind of conversation I'd want to have with Ken
Oh
Roxon.
man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be
And
awesome.
maybe you know what else I'd do with Ken Roxon? I would take all of his all-time and I would get him to come up with his favorite all-time Fox kits, and then I would come back with my favorite and see if there's any crossover. Because he's
I
been
would
in
love to talk to
Fox
him,
for 25 years, more,
dude. I would love
30.
to talk to him about. It was before he came over here. I forget what year it was, but he
Mm,
battled Hurlings. They went back and forth I
yeah.
can't remember what the track was. They had an all-out slugfest battle one time, and dude, that was one of the coolest battles I have ever seen. Like GP or moto, like definitely top five for me. And I would love to talk to him about that. And just be like, dude, what was it like? If you can remember that far back, because you both were like 14, but like, what was what did that feel like to be like going that fast, that close, and
Yeah.
just showing off like this is the new generation of moto, you know?
Yeah, no, and like it's kind of also got to be a similar feeling for guys like Tomac and Malcolm Stewart who are like looking at
Yeah.
each other like, bros, we bang fibulas on 85s, like KX 85s and Comacs on
Hey,
a wrung out RM 85 just at the
dude,
ranch. What?
that's how you know it was a long time ago. No one races Suzuki or Cowie or Yamis. I mean, you have
Bro,
80,
Chase
90% of the
Brennan.
classes now.
Bite your tongue. Chase Brennan
Oh, on the
races
Suzuki today. Yeah.
85s in the Suzuki. That's RM
I saw
Army,
that
and that
today.
thing
Yeah. I saw that today.
rips. I
He
saw
he
that
was
bike at
he was
Loretta's.
top 10. He was top
Dude,
10
that kid
today. Yeah.
rips. I have
Yeah.
lots of time for Chase Brennan. That bike looks sick, and I think he's on a Super Mini this year. And that means when I go back to the ranch, there's going to be a Suzuki Super Mini back under the awning and in staging and like hear that thing barking. I can't wait. That's shades of Nico Izzy. That's
Yeah. Josh Litchfield's
that's
days.
Lichtel. That's all those
That's
boys. Yeah,
Millsaps, dude.
Millsaps on
Straddle,
85s. Yeah, those are
dude.
the best.
I talked so Ian and I became
Partridge.
buddies over the years. Partridge and like talking to Treadle about like the 85 days, dude. It's like, dude, that was people don't under do the Sunoco Suzuki's. That like those
Hmm.
were amateur racing, and then forget about it, dude. Then you get like the the KX85 days, the like Baggett when he was on it, and
Oh yeah.
Lemoyne and
Zach
all
the
these fast dudes,
Bell,
Zach Bell.
Lemoyne,
Oh,
uh,
dude, like that was
Blake
80s were
Green.
different back then. And now, dude, like if you're not on an Austrian bike, like it's hard to be
Oh
competitive,
yeah. I think
you know?
Yamaha is building a Super Mini for their younger. I think it's is it Zoe Moore and Tace Morgan, who remember that name. Tace Morgan is going to win AMA national championships. But he's I think this is either his last year or his first year. I know it's his first year on Super Minis. His mini senior won last year.
Gotcha.
And yeah, they're putting together a Super Mini, which of course Yamaha doesn't make a Super Mini, so this thing is as exotic as it gets.
Mm,
So that's gonna be pretty neat.
that's gonna be cool.
My favorite class to this day at Loretta's is Super Mini 2. It's the 13 to
Oh,
16
all day.
class. It is
The class that we wish we were just
always,
fast enough
yeah,
and rich enough to race to
yeah,
have a super modified 85. Because I know yours was as bone stock as mine was. So
yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah, yep.
yeah. No, Like, I had nothing on my bikes. The only reason why I had a Pro Circuit pipe on my 125 is because I smashed the stock one in a start, and my dad,
Same,
like
same.
the stock pipe was like $300, and a
And
Pro
the
Circuit
aftermarket
Platinum pipe,
like 280 or something.
yeah, was just, yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yep.
saving $20, which I felt like, all right, well, now my
Same,
bike's
dude.
factory clearly. Um,
Same. That hey, I
bro,
had the exact same story from my
my
bike.
dad,
The only
I
reason.
my last year on 80s, I used to break front brake levers so often because I put the bike down so often
Mm,
that my last three races, I raced it with a broken front brake lever. My dad literally, like, where where it like kind of breaks off, where it's like a little
yep,
curved spot. He
yep,
just like sort of sanded it down and made it like like rounded so that it
mm,
wouldn't probably kill me if I landed on it. He's like, yeah, you
yeah.
can finish the season like that. I'm like, thanks, Brian.
Sick of buying levers.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was me my first year in 250Fs, dude. I dropped that bike every lap.
Oh yeah. Well, you've seen
I
my
was,
but you've seen my '07, right? Or my
yeah,
'06,
yeah.
the
Dude,
broken in half bike.
I was like 130 pound, 140 pounds on a 250F, dude, just getting just pulled around, dude. Could not handle a big boy bike.
Yeah. One day we're also going to do a podcast about like like people in IT talk about the UK, or the UK turn like changeover. We're going to
Yeah,
talk about the like dawn of the four strokes. Like
yeah,
an honest
yep.
conversation with between people being like, what's the better bike? Is it um the 125 better? Is it the Thumper? Remember calling them Thumpers?
Thumpers, the thumper class, the four stroke class in
Yeah.
Loretta's.
Oh, it's like always got that Thumper. Oh, like that.
Yeah.
That was a real
Oh
conversation
my
that happened in 2004.
gosh, that is so funny. The four stroke class always won by Tyler Bowers because he was a 8 foot tall 14-year-old.
That's right. Or like
Man,
going on thumpertalk.com and
thumper talk.
yeah, age, sex, location.
Oh my gosh.
Too good,
Oh
bro.
my gosh, that's awesome.
All
That is
right, last
awesome.
time here on the BigMx Radio podcast for a Tuesday, the 10th of March. We have Dave Drakes here on the BigMx Radio podcast. Where can people find more information on all things the collective experience?
Check us out at the Collective EX on Instagram, YouTube. We're the Collective Experience at the Collective. Um, pretty much everywhere. Yeah, Collective EX on Instagram, the Collective Experience on TikTok. I mean, we're trying to make a resurgence back on there, so be patient with me, Brad. But yeah, we're doing it, man. TheCollectiveXP.com. Please check us out. I forget what the promo code is for Brad, but I'm gonna have one up there that we can share on socials because um,
Do it.
I started that one for
It's
you
got to
and
be Big
it
MX
was awesome.
Radio or Big, I don't know.
Yeah, it has to. Big MX something, yeah. Or like TCE Big MX or something. But yeah, dude, I'm super stoked to get a lot more interns and fans in the program. I'm stoked to get you at a race, and I want people to come meet you and stuff. And just come have a good time, enjoy racing with us. And yeah, I stand behind it. We are the best fan experience in motorsports. No one loves the sport, and bringing the people behind the scenes of the sport like I do. And I'm really proud of what we've curated, man.
Hell yeah, man. You're a passionate dude, and that's why you do what you do, and that's exactly why you're on this podcast. Dave Drake's here on the Bigger Mex Radio Podcast. All right, dude. Appreciate your time. Don't hang up just
Love it,
yet.
buddy.
But for podcast sake, we're gonna cut things off right there.